It's Wednesday, December 7th, and this is your coffee break news brief on the HAN network. Outside Danbury High School as the FCAC Winter Tour rolls on, but bringing you the top local news stories of the day before we get back on the road. Including that it was a messy commute in Danbury this morning. I-84 westbound near exit 5 was closed for more than 3 hours this morning when a tractor trailer overturned around 4 in the morning. We have a photo from the scene shared by state police and another photo of that cleanup later in the morning captured by HAN. No one was injured in that crash. The right lane reopened around 7 a.m., but there were some major traffic delays. Cleanup was still happening around 10:30 when the HAN cruiser was on its way to Danbury High. And in other news, the Easton man, who had been reported missing by his family since November 30th, was found safe in Maine last night. Easton Police Chief Tim Shaw thanked the public for its help Wednesday morning, saying that Nicholas Bodine was located safely. Bodine's mother, Janet Haller, an administrative assistant to the Easton First Selectman, also confirmed that her son was safe. She said, "We are relieved and grateful that he was found, and we thank not only our friends and family for their support, but also the efforts of Chief Shaw and the entire Easton Police Department." Shaw on December 6th had sent out a press release asking the public if they had seen Bodine, who's 23 years old and was last seen by friends November 30th in Milford. And in other news today, a man convicted of rape and murder about 20 years ago was apprehended in Milford December 2nd for extradition to New York for failing to register as a sex offender. According to police, on December 2nd at about 1 in the afternoon, officers took custody of 72-year-old Herbert Arnold of Vestal, New York, on an active warrant for his arrest. Arnold was wanted on a full extradition warrant by the Broome County, New York Sheriff's Office for failing to register. In the early 1990s, Arnold was convicted of the rape and murder of a 16-year-old victim, according to police. While reading a Connecticut law enforcement information sharing website, Milford officers learned that Arnold was believed to be in Connecticut and possibly staying in Milford. That website had described Arnold's vehicle, which was then located in Milford by an officer who was on patrol. Arnold was taken to Milford Superior Court on December 5th for an extradition hearing to be brought back to New York. And Kyle Navin, who is on trial for the murder of his parents, has until January 12th to decide whether to take a plea deal offered by the court. Judge Robert Devlin extended Navin's court date after a recent appearance in Bridgeport Superior Court when Navin's attorney asked for more time to respond. The 27-year-old Navin, who is charged with 2 counts of murder and 1 count of murder with special circumstances in the shooting deaths of his parents, Jeffrey and Jeanette Navin of Easton. 56-year-old Jeffrey Navin was president of J&J Refuse in Westport. His wife, 55-year-old Jeanette Navin, was a paraprofessional with the Weston Public Schools. The couple were longtime Weston residents who had recently moved to Easton when they were first reported missing on August 4th, 2015. Their bodies were discovered 2 months later on October 29th under a pile of leaves and debris at an abandoned home in Weston. Both had been shot. According to police reports, Navin, a heroin user, had killed his parents because he was concerned that he was going to be cut out from their will. Navin has pleaded not guilty to the murder charges. His girlfriend, Jennifer Valiente, has been charged with conspiracy to commit murder and hindering prosecution for helping Navin plan and cover up those deaths. And the Stamford Police Bomb Squad removed an ammunition mortar shell from 16 Orchard Lane in New Canaan on Tuesday afternoon after it was reported by a resident who discovered it and did not know if it was live or not. New Canaan police and fire departments responded to Orchard Lane at about 3 in the afternoon after receiving the report. Orchard Lane was blocked by police and the New Canaan Advertiser was kept about 150 feet away as local emergency responders awaited the bomb squad's arrival. Shortly after that bomb squad arrived, they removed the device. New Canaan Police Lieutenant Jason Ferraro said that Stamford Police would determine later if that device was live or not. You can check for updates on that story at ncadvertiser.com. And a 76-year-old Darien man told police he had been defrauded for more than $1,800 in computer software scams on separate occasions this year. According to police, that first incident occurred on August 5th when the man received a loud alert and flashing message across his screen that advised him to contact an 800 number. He was told he would need to purchase some antivirus program for $939 to correct that message, and he agreed. He received another message in November and was put in contact with a second company that told him he had an IP issue with his computer. He provided credit card information to pay an additional $449. The company subsequently charged the man twice, and when he attempted to dial the same number again, there was no response. Police are still investigating both companies, which are believed to be based in New York, California, or Hawaii. And finally, a Trumbull High School grad has created a French press coffee to go. Tom Ebersole has invented a new handheld brewing system that he hopes will change the way people think about their morning and afternoon joe. Ebersole, who works as a designer for the Trumbull-based SCS Direct, a product development company, spent a year working on a solution before coming up with what he calls the Versa Travel French Press. But you can find out more on that story at TrumbullTimes.com. That does it for this Coffee Break News Brief. Follow our winter tour on HAN.network and our social media. We'll see you next time.